Hello, Geminis. All right, Geminis. This week, the moon will be moving into your sign on the 2nd and 3rd of April. But before that, it'll be in Taurus, right? So, happy new moon. We had a new moon in Aries and a solar eclipse, right? Aries rules first house. So, find out what your sign is in the first house. So, first house is all about your personality, temperament, appearance, self image, first impressions, self awareness, outlook on life, right? So, people could absolutely be wrong about you when they first meet you. Absolutely. You could have dashed out of the house, get ready to run an errand. You could have been coming out the house looking like, when you say, the thing everybody says, hey, I was just going to run out of the house real quick and I'm just going to go to the grocery store and I'm just going to grab one thing. Coming out the house looking like whatever, man or woman, doesn't really matter who you are. And people could think, what in the world? Right? People's first impression could be a lasting impression. Or you can be going for a job interview and something could happen on your way to the job interview. A complete disaster of something could happen. You can get to a job interview and can be completely frazzled, right? First impression can be a lasting one, or vice versa, right? You could have a first impression of energies. But the new moon in Aries really gives you an opportunity to correct a first impression, right? So you have no control over how people are going to correct their first impression of you, but you have control of how you're going to you can correct your first impression of someone else. If you were wrong about someone else, you can correct your first impression by communicating with them. So, and then the solar eclipse, we had a partial solar eclipse on the same day as a new moon. So if that's the super new you can assert yourself, through prayer first, ask source for clarity, and say, hey, I had the wrong impression about you. If you want to, we can hit a reset button, right? So the moon moving through Taurus on the 1st, which is Tuesday of April, connects us with the throat chakra by way of the moon affecting our neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid gland. Some of the things you all could do in preparation for that is, journal or talk through your feelings to release blocked energy. You can try affirmations. You can sing or chant. Some people like to sing. Doesn't matter whether you can sing or not. That's not the point. It's just really kind of exercising your vocal cords. Doing warm-ups, humming. Sing along with music that you like. You can practice mindful listening. That's truly hearing others. Encourages balanced two-way communication. It also teaches when to speak and when to hold space. You can also wear or visualize blue, because blue connects us with the throat chakra, right? You can use crystals, lapis lazuli, lapis lazuli, sodalite, aquamarine. You can also place them on your throat during meditation, or you can wear them as jewelry. You can also try breathing exercises. That's deep, slow breathing through the nose. It helps calm and activate the throat. Also, lion's breath, which is particularly good for this chakra. Also, you can hydrate and nourish, right? Drink plenty of water to keep the throat physically healthy. Herbal teas also help. So those are just some things, FYI, for those of you who want to know. You want to know? FYI. So while you're getting your rest, those are just some tips for throat chakra. Let's get into it. All right. Talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. All right, Geminis, let's go. First card I have on the deck is, every word I speak is with love and truth and good intention, right? And good intention, right? There we go. There it is. Throat chakra. Throat chakra. Let's get into it. That's right. Don't forget to set your intentions every single day. Don't forget to set your intentions every single day. Even if you're, like, let's say for instance, I like to use the example of work because a lot of times, you know, your first impression, like your ascendant sign would be like considered as like the mask, like with people, you know, like when people go for interviews and people may say like they're a team player, but they may actually thrive, you know, when they're kind of like off by themselves, right? They may actually find out, oh, they thrive when they're kind of off by themselves, right? In a team, but they may actually really thrive when they're off by themselves, kind of like working by themselves. That may be misunderstood, right? So let me see what I'm seeing in your cards here. Here we have the Four of Wands here. So it's something about this. I don't know. Some kind of inspired action here is happening. Some kind of conversation is going on. Some kind of talk is happening here. Here we have the Four of Wands here. A message. You know, here we have a message that someone has left. What kind of message that you're receiving that someone has left all of the distractions behind? You're receiving some kind of a message that someone left the distractions behind. The confusion behind. You're getting some kind of a message from some energies. From two energies, right? And that they're not coming back. Right? They're not going back to the they're not going back to the, because it didn't produce any growth. Like it's just a bunch of confusion. They just did not they're not going back to a bunch of chaos and confusion. Yeah. Yeah, somebody's not going back to a bunch of chaos and confusion. Like they left a circus. Right? So, fire energy is spirituality in action, right? So it speaks to the cycle being closed. There's a cycle that is closed out. The cycle is closed out. It's right here, the Fool card. Cycle is closed. The cycle is closed. Cycle of confusion is closed. Yep, the cycle of confusion is closed. For some of you all, it looks like somebody could have a new and exuberant love in their lives. This is the Four of Wands here. You could have a new love in your life. A new and exuberant love in your life, or that could be coming your way, right? You could be inspired by someone you know, in your love, in your life, you know, a new love. Um, it's like when I look at your cards here, because something is like grounding someone. It's number 4, right? So two things have happened. So somebody is free of someone who felt like something was their way or the highway, right? So your energy adds a lot of structure and authority to something, but it's um, in a in a very adaptable way. In a very adaptable way. Um, but it was never a competition. It's almost like it's if when I look at your cards here. So if this is a spouse of yours that was just like their family, like came between you and your person, then they chose you. They're deciding not to go back because for them it didn't produce a whole lot of growth. It was almost like they were almost forced to choose their family or you. If you're their spouse, is like, come on, really? Like, okay, you would rather everybody get along, have a warm fireside chat. Something should not have come to this. The shade, the, you know, all of that craziness going on. You'd rather everybody sit down and have a good time, right? So that's what I'm saying. Every word you speak is with love and truth and good intentions. You would rather everybody, but the shadiness, something about that for you is just a bunch of confusion. Remember, you're an air sign, so this is the beginning of the higher chakras. You operate from your heart. You're always constantly trying to make a connection. You rather forgive and move on. You're highly adaptable, but you can only adapt to shade, but for so long, for real. Like all the shade. And, oh, I was just joking. You can only adapt to that, but for so long. The confusion, being looped into a bunch of confusion, but for so long. And that's you and somebody. You and somebody were constantly being looped into something. There's always something that you and somebody were constantly being looped into, some kind of lie about something. After a while, and if it's like I said, if it was you and your spouse, finally the shade after a while is like, okay, you're not going back. It just doesn't feel warm. It doesn't feel inviting. You're not motivated. You're not inspired. It's the improper use of fire is what I'm seeing here in the cards. So yeah, it just doesn't feel like home for you. It doesn't feel like home for you. It doesn't feel like home for someone else. It feels very divisive. Yeah. So, and that's a memory. That's a memory that you have. Because something is somebody saying, you know, motive. Like, what's the motive? What's the reason why you cut? What is the reason why you cut people off? Like, what's the reason why you don't want to be around energies? It just feels very divisive. It's just shady. Like, what? So I don't know who these energies are, but it was never a contest. It was never a contest. So yeah, something was never a contest. You're not a fool. You're not a fool. These energies are telling a lie. I mean, that's what this is. That's what this is. Some people are trying to make it seem like everything is all fun and games, being shady, all of this other stuff, and on the outside it looks one way, but again, these are elements, right? Some people are inspired by that. It looks one way on the outside, but you all are not inspired by the same things. You're not inspired by the shade, the confusion, the foolishness, the circus. You're not inspired by that. You're inspired at a higher frequency. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about, ninth house stuff. Let's talk about expansion we're talking about in the ninth house, number 9, right? Number 9, we're talking about ninth house. Ninth house is about higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics, morals, personal beliefs, spiritual beliefs. Let's talk about expansion. Let us talk about expansion, right? Let's talk about expansion. So yeah, we can talk about the stuff. You talk about the stuff in the past, right? But Page of Wands puts you at a limited spiritual belief. You're talking about expansion of spiritual beliefs. Let's talk about expansion of that. And we're just talking about family stuff. So if you and your spouse are talking about, or you and your kids and spouse are talking about expanding those, right? We should be equally as inspired. We should be able to agree to disagree without being disagreeable, right? Or disrespectful to each other. If it's all love, right? If it's all love, right? We should be able to still go back down memory lane. Educating. This right here. This is Mercury. Mercury is retrograde. So Mercury is a messenger planet, but it's also the knowledge and learning planet, right? So also, this is Mercury right here. We should be inspired to educate each other. Mercury rules 3rd and 6th house. We should be inspired to educate each other, right? 6th house is all about health, work habits, daily routines, fitness, pets, service to others, diet, spiritual practices. So it's something you're not going back to. Where was the inspiration, right? Here's the Justice card. All it did was this right here, 7th house right here. Marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, enemies. All it did was expose something. That's all it did was expose something. Like two energies that, like I said, that opposed you, that saw you as opposition. It was two energies that saw you as opposition. That's all it did was expose. Two energies that saw you as opposition. You and somebody else's opposition. That's right here. 2 karmics. That's what it exposed. 2 karmics. And that's why you took the sword and just said, okay, you need to cut ties. And move on. Yep, so they was bullies. These 2 energies right here were bullies. Yep. Making you and somebody feel like you had the weight of the world on your shoulders. They just had not been exposed until, see this 10 right here? This 10 is your 10th house. They had not been exposed until you and somebody else answer the call on your lives. That's the breakthrough. That is the breakthrough. As soon as you and somebody else answer the call in your lives, whatever the call was on your lives from the inside, that is when it popped the lid off of something. They were able to hide whatever secrets they had until you and somebody answered the call on your lives. And all of a sudden, that fire exploded. They couldn't hold it anymore. They could not hold it in anymore. Yep, so for you, no more dysfunctional relationships. No more dysfunctional relationships. As far as you're concerned, if it's not, you don't look down on people, you're not letting people look down on you or treat you less than, you don't think you're better than people or whatever, you're not letting people treat you like you less than either. So you don't do that to people. You're not a bully. You're not letting people bully you or your loved ones, whether it's your spouse, your kids, whomever. No. Y'all are not inspired by the same things. That's where the breakthrough comes in. Yeah, something is very disappointing and heartbreaking. Something caused somebody to have a nervous breakdown. And they were just looking for some help. So I don't know who this was. I don't know if it was somebody's spouse, kids, whoever. But something caused somebody to have all that bullying and feeling like somebody was carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. Caused somebody to have a complete nervous breakdown. All because somebody saw you as competition. So, yeah. Baiting people into something and switching up on people and all of this back and forth and back and forth and back. Just Lord have mercy, whatever was going on. But anyway, making people feel like I said, baiting people into stuff. But anyway, source is saying to you, the super new you is not going back and forth. That's the super new you. You're not going back and forth. Not going back and forth. So, yeah. You're adding structure and authority to things as a prayer warrior. You're not going back and forth. You're adding structure to things. Structure and authority. Not baiting people into anything. That's where the structure and authority comes in. So fifth house is, speaking of the number 5, fifth house is about romance, creativity, children, projects, fun, self-expression, hobbies, what makes you feel good, right? So you're not baiting anybody into something as like feel good anything, nothing. This is really about really answering a call on your life, really answering a call, on your life, not a lie, not a lie. People thrive, and are passionate about something that they're being called to do, right? Something that they're being called to do. So when I look at your cards here, I think, yeah, somebody almost, like I said, moving on so they can finally get some rest. They can finally get some rest and not feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Yeah, here's the star card here. Yeah, star card here. Yeah, I can't even reiterate. If this is somebody's spouse, this is not a competition. This is not a. If this is somebody's spouse or family, this because it's family, it's not a competition. This is not a competition at all. And this is nobody can save anybody. Nobody, you can lead people to water, but you can't force people to drink it. But nobody should be talked down to or like condescending or treated less than or whatever. If it's not encouraging people, but I see somebody is a prayer warrior, right? These are polarity signs. These are polarity signs, right? Teaching independence, but in a very positive way, teaching you to be independent, balancing yourselves out within, right? Divine masculine to divine feminine energy, sending the message of balance and finding your light within. This is balance, and balance within. This is one energy, one person. Duality here, duality here, duality here. Finding your north node, and just people encouraging you to find your north node, your star, finding your light, and being a part of a community that's helping you to thrive, not being survival mode. So yeah, emotionally, I see you feeling like you jumped out of a treasure chest. Yeah, so I see you and someone, tossing something into a burning bowl, that exhaustion, fear, doubt, whatever, and moving on from any feelings like you feel like you're competing, you and your, whoever your person is. I don't know, I'm talking to a camera here, but you want to be a part of something where you are thriving, a community where you are thriving, and people want you to thrive, not be in survival mode, where you're so spiritually dehydrated, you feel like you have cotton mouth. You're so weighed down, you don't even feel like you have a healthy work-life balance at all. You're so tired by the end of the day, you don't even have time to you can't even relax your mind. You can't even wind down. You're so tired. You can't even wind down. Like, wind down, what's that? You can't even sleep. You can't rest. You can't relax. Or you feel like 24 hours is not even enough time in a day. Because you constantly having people bully you, telling you that you're lazy, you haven't done enough. No matter what you're doing, it's just never enough. You're constantly being baited into something. So it's like, no. So something is, yeah. Something, and remember, all of this is genderless down here. All of this minor arcana right here, genderless. Yeah. So this could be a man or woman, right? But something has brought you to a new level of emotional maturity. King of Cups here brought you to a whole new level. You and someone to a whole new level of emotional maturity. In other words, somebody really respects you, and understands now, what caused you to be so emotionally drained. Something caused you to be really emotionally drained. Like something, I don't know who I'm talking to, Gemini, but something could have caused you to be so emotionally drained. It almost made you look like you were just had the weight of the world on your shoulders. You were constantly being baited into stuff, constantly just drained. So there's definitely more of an understanding here now, where people were intentionally trying to make you look like a fool. So, yep, that's what I'm seeing here in your cards. That is what I'm seeing here in your cards. Constantly trying to throw you into a infinite, karmic cycle. This was intentional. This was definitely intentional. Ain't no and, ifs, or buts about it. This was intentional. Throwing you into a karmic cycle of competition. It was like almost like you were running a race that you were set up to fail, to never win. It was like you were never. It was never meant for you to even have an advantage. Really. Every time you were trying to get to a finish line, let's throw another obstacle. Let's push the line back even more, and then laugh and rejoice. This is the energy right here. Every time you're about to get to a finish line, let's throw it further back. That's a setup for failure every single time. So source is saying to you, you have something new coming across your path, both in your personal, you and someone have both in your personal and your professional life. And I do see you moving on, see you moving on. To something that's, more, that's clear, very, very clear to you, something that's more inspiring, looking at your cards, because there is structure and authority here, wherever more structured, more structured, very clear. But yeah, somebody has a greater level of respect for you now, looking at your cards here, and just why, yeah. So like a lot of your wishes, like I said, are being fulfilled. So here was this 8 of, So let me see, here we have the Chariot card. So something's a win for you. It's already over. Something's a win for you. You're not even at a crossroad. You already won. You've already won. Something's a win for you. Yeah. People know that you're a good person, that you inspire people, that you, it's like I said, Two of Swords. Let me see. Let me see this. 5, 6. Yeah. This is what you have in common with someone, is that like when you move on, when you just like try to quietly move through a storm in your life, just quietly move on, through whatever storm you could be going through in your life, or just a bunch of confusion, you just like try to move on quietly. People just start creating lies, being real shady behind your back, creating all kinds of lies, behind your back. So that's what you have in common with somebody. You start realizing you had enemies you didn't even realize you even had, but something was exposed. Something was exposed, that you were baited into something. Something was exposed, that you were baited into something. But yeah. But you came out victorious. And so you're able to create something new. You're able to create something new. Some kind of a so that's where I'm seeing like the Four of Wands here. So at first people were like clapping and cheering that they were able to bait you into something and like maybe record something or like get some video footage or whatever the case was. Something, some people were bait you into something shady, some kind of a lie, and like make you responsible for some kind of who child, what in the world? Anyway, but something was exposed. You had some people who, you know, like child. Anyway, so some kind of proposal is coming through for you. It could be a job proposal coming in for you. It could be love proposal. Something is coming through for you. Congratulations. Sending you good love, energy, light, all of that. High vibrational, all of that. I'm sending you good energy. That's it. You know, there's no hate on this channel whatsoever. I want people to be in their North Node, everybody, because it means we're all benefiting. The whole planet is benefiting when people are operating in purpose. You want to be around people who want you operating in your North Node because the entire planet benefits when people are operating in their purpose. Imagine if you had a manager who was operating in their purpose. They're not trying to hold you back. They see you're winning. Is their team winning? Everybody love coming to work. Like, it's not saying that the job is perfect. It's saying that you really like it's perfect for you. Your paycheck may not be perfect, but it's perfect for you. You know, people may not be perfect, but it's perfect for you. Your community is like, yeah, people will get it. They'll wake up. So let me see. Knight of Pentacles here. So people know that you're a hardworking person. So you're baited into some kind of a lie about something, but whatever. Maybe an Ace of Wands here. So some kind of new project. So you're gonna be on some kind of a new project or something. So you got a lot of new things coming around for you. So congratulations to you. Something is closed out. Something new is coming your way. Congratulations to you. That's it. That's it. That's it. Anyway, that's what I have for you. So make it a great week. Make it a great week. That's all I have. Make it a great week. Make it a great week. Great week. Make it a great week. Receiving. So every day becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. There you go. Embodiment. Now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right to you. Embody your leadership power and create your world out of your deepest desires. And time to act. The source wants you to ascend higher. Like you don't have time. You don't have to know everything in advance. Take the first step and watch it all unfold. You can deal with whatever your path reveals. You're ready. So, see you moving forward. whatever you wish. So when you lessen the importance of problems and suffering, life will swing back into balance. Stop the struggle and feel peace. The world responds to you. Perfect fit. You're meant to be here. So something, I feel like it's like some kind of a, the ideal job is coming someone's way. So find the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. Something is that you're meant to be. That's what I'm saying. I feel like somebody has something in both your personal and your professional life is coming your way, for you. Something is coming your way. Something is coming your way. Home-based. Looks like something is home-based for you. So home is the harbor of the soul. It's the safest place you can be. So, yeah, something is the safest place you can be. But anyway, that's what I have for you. That is what I have for you. But that's what I have. All right. Bye.